Ridiculous.
Not loathsome. I think like go wrong. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always on for Lord Urwag myself. Run for his son, death on service. I like it still would be. My eyes, Lord Urwag was a true warlord. I don't believe the second that he perished in some accident, saying, I thought born once Gareth house, until he started. I mean slaves not dance, but even spell Renans. This is a society where victory goes spoiled. But it's actually go against what we people stand for. Besides, this was sort of very line in this house in this area of his anyway. I never heard of it until he came along, but he must be among the lowest ranked society. This is a double-aged concise crusade artist after artists capable of ascending the doors with unheard of. None of it makes any sense. Not mention all this upheaval run here late. What's happened to our people? Interesting.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harrows changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
How loathsome. No, I feel about Volron. I guess I could get repeated.
Pardon me.
This very falls with the soldiers of House Canaris. I must identify it once. So you don't need to be ignorant of our fate for ruler of the esteemed Lord ruler by the esteemed Lord Almadria. It's not your due to listen well. In fact, I be due to listen carefully regardless. Ever notice how Nation Langus only a few lords have emerged to defeat the crown contest? I mean, as wise might be, the Lord Almadria quashed the doubts of any terms of her sheer might. In fact, not did she use her father and priest master, she also moved her older brother to see for herself. Someone who stops nothing to get what he wants, who gives her enemies near the slightest opening to strike. True Lord Almadria is a fluent talent. No one in all Renan exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon, the age of glorious with sovereign, great Gorlegus shall be upon us at last. So,
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's repeat why it told me. So we have Volron, Almadria, Fire maybe? You wanna know which will I support? Why? I go camping with someone. Let's actually see. Or Wolstein Pedillis. Very important Wolstein. Not a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. Most people don't realize how much he looks after the owner of this house. It's fair to say that House Pedillis doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those who serve it will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who means harm. I think we can ensure. Certain that crown casts aren't only for his family, but they prove the standing of each and every member of his house.
Yes.
I also want to Excellency, I could never dream of serving our Lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Okay. Oh, don't, you've returned! I see brought aids with you. You remember who I am, my lord? She was, yes. I did for House Cards, but more to his lord personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of the lordship to anyone who will listen. But I was planning to publish my extensive writings and something through this great term of all we enjoy. When this alliance period we cut to the recent tumult, I'm going to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them out loud. There exists the most handsome man, the man who raised beauty. His very word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails the famed house of Ilkar, his name Lord Dovalim. Music is passion, the arts is great love. Scores divorced, uncouth man of his land, can't begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined of majestic posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once again, our sovereign, reign shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of history of our grand civilization. As the glorious day comes, I shall forever reign for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Whew, what do you think of that, my lord? Pour my whole heart to it, with the extra essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lord's love for collecting things. I think it's time while Alliance went down to be independent. Only my masterpiece could be complete. Wow.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising him too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Oh boy. So this is Gabel. I think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyries.
What?
Wait, don't tell me you work for the wretched Royal Community, do you? You don't? Well, no, it's got like that. I come from a family that has served House Valkyries for generations. I'm doing all I can to support local belt behind the scenes so he might be victorious. May think him to be a cruel man, if I insist, they're only mistaken. I don't deny him to be strict. He puts Renans in their support front and center like no one else. While having it rather than stay confined to Legacy, we should get on with colonize the data and expand horizons. That we become master of both worlds, no return our current minority status and Dana's surface. That's why we think become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. The pursuit of power for the advancement of our kind. That makes him an exalted lord, a mile above all others. Nothing like accompany myself. My two sons have just been and left the honor of joining my service. As a father, it fills in his pride. Huh.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans? When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Okay, that was neat. Renan's there.
That Zoogel's in our way.
I'm ready to fight it anytime you are.
Huh. I got a question this one.
Let's see what you've got.
If it curls
In an instant!
Here I go! This is one tough cookie.
not for much
Are you
longer,
ready? I'll stop your movement.
and I'll stop your life.
upward. Guess I'll polish up my sword. Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
no, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I
I
sound
don't think we've actually
harsh earlier.
fought any battles
I
since,
didn't mean to.
except that one we just
Just
did. I haven't fought any battles since we
I
fought
really
she
want
couldn't
you
feel
to take
pain.
better care of yourself.
That's when she couldn't
At
die.
least, for as long as I can.
Cause we found out when she revealed her thorns, her mission.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zoogles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What?
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so frickin' much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food. Hand it over.
Stay away!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous a food shortage can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
He was testing them.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? Another fine day for journeying, huh?
Tell me, do you ever find yourself tiring of the vagabond existence?
It's better than being enslaved, that's for sure. I get to pick my own destination, for starters. You don't get those luxuries as a slave.
Shackle a man's feet, and you put a clamp on his heart as well.
Then there was the food. Gross slop that left you in a permanent state of hunger. Ugh, you wouldn't believe the things I ate to keep from starving. What about you? This must all sound pretty alien to someone who used to be a lord.
Is that a hint of interest in my past I detect?
I guess that's one way to put it.
Well, certainly starvation was never a concern I had to contend with. The day-to-day grind was largely taken care of for me. I even had help getting in and out of clothes. All that was required of me was standing still while looking solemn.
That's quite the downgrade you've made. It's a wonder you don't sound more bitter.
This might surprise you, but I actually don't find our current situation all that disagreeable. My own hardships paled in comparison to yours, granted. But life as a lord came laden with its own restrictions. Forgive me. Such complaints must sound like feeble extravagances to a Danon.
True, Renan opulence doesn't feature high on my sympathy list. Then again, yours isn't exactly a normal case.
I suppose it's not. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder how much easier life would have been without the trappings of nobility.
You really mean that?
Pay me no heed. Not but the ramblings of a privileged eccentric. Whatever my past, it has led to my being here. That is all the reality I need concern myself with. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. I may have exerted myself.
Do I have grilled crab pig anywhere? Grilled fish. No grilled crab pig. I gotta make ice cream though. Milk and eggs.
This came out so good. This ice cream tastes so good.
I swear, you're always having ice cream, even when it's freezing cold out.
And who made you the food police?
No one. I'm just saying that's a lot of ice cream. Don't you ever, throw up or anything?
Did you really just say that? Try thinking before you talk.
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I'm just a little worried about you, okay?
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream whenever I want.
You say that, but you know what's gonna happen if you keep eating ice cream all the time.
It's none of your business what I eat or how often.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy product. Ah, to be young.
Naive might be more accurate.
You should get some shut-eye.
Aqueous Surge!
Once we finish eating, we should get going.
Hey, Alphen, you mind if we take a bit of a detour?
It's fine by me, but what for?
Rinwell says there's a phantom flower that grows around here. We want to look for it. It won't take long, promise.
A flower, huh? All right, let's take a look.
It's a monster!
Whoa!
Right here?
Look out!
What the hell is that? Hey, you want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
54? Oh boy.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a flash. I'll finish you here again.
Inferno crossing!
One keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Take this! No, you'll pay for that! Try this! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life! Try harder! Now! Reset the patient! Crush! You're mine! Crush! Burn!
How about this?
Take this! I owe you one!
Inferno crossing! On guard!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Come on! You have to
Now
move away!
you see what I can do.
Inferno crossing! Light up the dark! Here, let me help. Ready to go! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
I'll find you with a shot.
Leave the charge to me!
I'll find you with a
Inferno
shot.
crossing!
Try this!
Look sharp!
Run this! Try harder! Now!
Lightning strike! Hurricane fire! Beast assault!
Deity.
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friend!
Ready and ready.